shakalaka! The Knicks are grit. These kids and our party just lit. Bet it's the littest. Cut. You know we lit. Cut. You know we lit. You know we lit. You know we lit. Turn up, no we lit. Turn up. You know we lit. Let's go deep time. You know we lit. Mrs. Nick should. You know we lit. Kev, what up? You know we lit fresh, that's the Pearl A Lord. You know we lit Knickerbocker, have a talk. Let's go! Spins and Nish. We lit.
I guess I gotta be friends. Yeah. Live and direct on your YouTube screen is your favorite Knicks and Ish panel, including but never limited to the First Lady of Knicks and Ish, Mrs. Knicks. Yeah, I mean, Kev got his camera off.
I'm
the co-host, Kev Rodriguez. we got you though. We got you. And myself, I'm a spark plug. You know the vibery. You feel me? We in the building. Yeah, I mean, little maintenance. Sharing is always caring. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any Knicks and Ish lives. You know what I mean? And when you get a chance, go to the Knicks and Ish Shopify, cop some merch. You feel me? The link scrolling across the bottom, or you could just go straight to the YouTube channel and go cop some merch from there. Yeah, I mean, so the Knicks tonight absolutely put belt. That's just gotta say it. I can't say it.
Put belt to ass.
Absolutely. What was the score?
1489.
Went 1489 yet again, making Wembanyama 0-3 in the Garden. You feel me? I guess the building is not as small as you thought it was, Wemby. Yeah, listen.
Thanks.
I'm not gonna be super long-winded. I'm gonna let the panel, talk a shit. But great effort from the team tonight on the defensive end. Started off a little bit slow, but very impressed with JB today. Because he showed both sides getting off the ball and in the first quarter being aggressive when the team needed it. When we weren't scoring, we needed somebody to, jump start the offense, and he was the guy. Yeah, I mean, but he wasn't the only hero. It was a Beverly of heroes. I'm not going to steal the panel's thunder. Yeah, I mean, but it was a lot going on. Mrs. Knicks, talk to me. You feel me? Give me your input on the game.
It was, like you said, a very slow start. I was a little worried because usually when the Knicks start off like that, it's one of those games. But they called the timeout, and they came out of the timeout, and everything changed. The ball was moving. We had 27 assists. The defensive intensity picked up. And when the Knicks are locked in the way they were locked in today, they're unbeatable. No one's going to beat us when we're locked in on both ends. I think early on we were shooting terrible from three, and then it picked up. But it didn't pick up just because we kept shooting them. It picked up because we started doing other things to see the ball go in the basket. And that's important, especially when the three isn't falling. I think we started off like 3-18 or something like that from the three.
Yo, it was 3:36. I remember what you said in the chat. That's how I knew we was playing.
I literally was like, oh, it's going to be one of those nights, but the Knicks adjusted. And that's what we've been saying all season, is that we need to see adjustments, in-game adjustments. And look what adjustments do. We were down by 12, and before you know it, we were up by 13, and we never looked back. And this, is just a win, but it's a win against a team that was on an 11-game winning streak. It's a team that hate losing to us, because it's always on Wemby's face. He hates losing to the Knicks. And it's a great start to a rough part of our schedule. And so, this gives me a little hope.
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? And I'm gonna thank sis for this, because I'm not one to like in the kitchen making lunch. I look at a message and I see the first thing Anna put was 3 for 18. And I think it was a shake my head or one of those things, right? So I'm sitting there like, we playing right now? I thought we was playing tonight, right? So I go and I check and I'm like, oh shit, the game is on. I completely forgot that we were playing in the afternoon. So I missed the whole first quarter, which I'm kind of happy I did, because when she put that, I said, oh my God, what are we doing? This is not gonna be a good game. So when I checked and I saw that they had made a run, I think they went on a 19-0 run, because I missed that part. But I heard through the announcers that 19-0 run. And then I seen like in the second quarter, they was playing really good basketball, defensively, offensively. I got to see from like 8 minutes from the second quarter beyond. I got to see all that. And it was a win. It was a win that we needed against a really good young San Antonio team who's second in the West. They're a really tough, physical young team. They play fast. Wembanyama, people could say whatever they want. He's one hell of a player. And for us to keep this team,
I think he froze.
Struggles that we've been throughout the season, I gotta say I'm impressed with this win, bro. I'm impressed and I'm happy, because it's something we asked for. It's something that we've been pleading with this team to do. And also another thing, thank you fucking Mikal Bridges. That is the Mikal Bridges I want to see. Taking it to the basket, playing like with no fear. I want you to go out there and fuck everybody up. That's the Mikal Bridges that I've been asking for. This is the Mikal Bridges that was playing like this in the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened. If we keep getting this kind of Mikal Bridges, the league is in trouble. Your man was cold as ice today. I mean, I was excited. I was excited for the win. It was a good win for the team. And let's keep it going.
Yeah, I love to make Wembanyama look stupid every single time. He always got slick shit to say. But I love the defense that we played on him collectively, between Mitch, OG, and Cat. The Cat has some, Cat has some, and jail, homie.
Guarded by Towns.
And look, here's the dig from OG.
Elevates, can't hit again.
You know what I mean? Like, but as well as Cat played, I think the help defense was just as important as the initial defense that Cat played. Shout out to OG and Anunoby. Shout out to Obi for being, and that's another thing too, man, about Wemby, that I just feel like and if you notice, if Wemby's not shooting threes and attacking the closeout, he doesn't really have moves like that. You feel me? If he's not coming off that pin down screen going towards the lane, he really don't got moves like that. He really don't got counters. He relies mostly on his 3-point shooting ability and his height. And once you get physical with him, and I said this before, when you push him out into that right, like that 20-foot range, that's already half of the battle. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to guard and Wimby. Yeah, I mean, that's half of the battle. If you don't let him catch the ball 15 feet away from the basket or closer, or you don't let him catch it past the 3 point line, you already done half of the battle. But I thought it was a great defensive effort from our bigs, including OG on Wemby. Uh, I think it was again Mikal. Fuck them picks. That's always been the mantra over here. Yeah, I mean, Macau played great, uh, and I just want to I was on Nick's Twitter today. I just want to say one thing. I don't want everybody on the Mo Better Mo Cheddar bandwagon because we've been over here talking about the kid. You know what I mean? I even dubbed him my kid because Mrs. Nix, that's Mama Nix. But I said Mo Better Mo Cheddar is my kid, and what 51st pick, and he comes out in a big game like this on primetime television and deliver the gem. Yeah, I mean, this is not the only time that we've seen Mo Better Mo Cheddar have games like this, and it wasn't just on the offensive end. He impacted the game on defense. Look at that. Look at the perfect timing of the
Right.
commentary too. You feel me? But yeah, Mo Better Mo Cheddar. Like I said in previous shows, he gets better game by game, and I think he's going to turn out to be an absolute steal as the 51st pick because he's only going to get better. The kid is only 19 years old, and he's playing at such a high level like this already on a championship contender team. That's something that we need to cultivate and keep. You know what I mean? Who else? Who else played good? I mean, everybody played good. Yeah, I mean, Cat didn't have the greatest scoring game, but he was a monster on the boards tonight. That says a lot too when you have to box out a 7'4" guy with ridiculously long arms, and you still grab 14 rebounds. That's tough. Uh, Jose Alvarado's pass today to Mikal, that was nasty. Uh, Jose Alvarado does more than just play defense. You feel me? Like I was familiar with him defensively, but his offensive game doesn't get nearly as much credit as it should. Uh, like he's a pass first kind of point guard. Is something that this team needed, especially with the second unit. When you have guys like OG and Mikal who can score but not super in depth at getting their own shot. You need somebody that could go break down defense, get 2 feet in the paint, and get these guys easy buckets, as well as Cat. Yeah, I mean we watched him set the table quite a few times for Cat and get Cat some easy buckets, and it's really nice. As much as I love JB and he is the captain. He is the engine that runs this team. He's not a true point guard. He is really an undersized two, to be perfectly honest. That's why him and Alvarado on the court work so well together because it takes the ball out of JB hand and let him be able to focus on what he do best, which is scoring. I mentioned it earlier in my opening statement that he did more than just score the ball. You watch him get off the ball. You watch him facilitate today. He had like 7 assists. Uh,
Hmm.
and he did like once everybody started to catch up to the offense that he was producing, you watched him release the ball because he had 18 in the first half. And he
Hmm.
only finished with 24 because everybody else was eating. You know what I mean? And that's the JB we need. I I know I'm being super long winded because I'm about to leave. Uh, but you know, like Mrs. Nick said, uh, this is I don't want to hear nothing. I've seen people making excuses. Oh, they was on the road for about a month, but from what I've heard, they've been here since Thursday. Uh, and they was on an 11-game winning streak, the hottest team in the NBA. Yeah, I mean, and it will beat it, and it's not like it was beating on the bottom dwellers of the NBA. They were beating really good teams. So I don't want to hear no excuses. And this is not uh 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 a fluke. We've been beaten them. We beat them in the cup game. We beat them again today. Wemby don't get no wins in the Garden. You feel me? This is not a fluke. But before I go, can you hit the button, sis? I'm gonna try to make this rant as quick as possible. I'm gonna combine the two things I wanted to rant about,
Let me find it. Let me find it. There we go.
and then I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. So look, first I'm gonna start off with the ABC commentators. Oh my God, it's disgusting. It's disgusting to watch the way y'all was giving Wembanyama the Gawk 3000. It was disgusting to watch. Mike Malone's jaw has to be hurt from gawking all game. He was gawking, double fisting. I can't do the motions because that's mad pause. What? You can imagine. I mean, yo, we were absolutely putting belt the ass to these guys, right? And they called a timeout at the end of the second quarter. And when they came back from the timeout, they were talking about how well Wemby is playing. Oh, he has 13 points. Oh my God, he's playing so well. But when JB had 18, and they were down by 18. But the only thing you chose to talk about was Wembanyama and how well he played. Oh my God! Every time he did a move, they was trying to, oh, Wembanyama does something in the Mecca. I'm like, yo, bro, get off his penis. They're losing. They're losing. The unfair commentary that these people give to teams when we on national television is disgusting. The fact that the NBA for the last 2 years, every time Wemby comes to the Garden, to try to make this the coronation of Wembanyama is disgusting. Like the NBA want Wembanyama to have a legendary game in the Garden so bad and it's so apparent. It's sickening. But I got something to tell you. As long as JB is on the Knicks, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, bro. It's disgusting. Can we get some kind of fair commentary, especially when we playing in the Garden on national TV? It happens to us every time. Every time. The Knicks are a really good basketball team. We have one of the best players in the NBA. Can we get the same kind of attention that y'all trying to give these other players, especially Wembanyama? Y'all want him to be the face of the league so bad. That's why y'all was slurping him up all game. It was disgusting. I'm telling you. And now on to my second part of the rant, which is about Wembanyama. Your post-game interview, nasty work. Can we not get credit for being being the reason you lost? Not because, oh, I was being timid. You know why you was being timid? Because you was getting locked up.
Hold on, I got 2 little clips of it. Hold on, because I separated them.
We gave them life. We should have been better, especially on that run in the first quarter.
Call the ambulance. Oh,
basketball team, they're
trying to pass it into you.
Yeah, listen. How about this? How about the Knicks just beat us? Not because you were timid, not because, oh, they made our game. Yes, that's what good teams do. They make you good defensive teams. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Sisters in the building. Yeah, they make your offensive game look nasty, and that's what we did. We didn't muck it up. We wasn't being extra physical. Yeah, I mean, like we just made it difficult for you to score, and it makes your offense look ugly. We contested 3-point shots. We ran you off the 3-point line. We contested at the rim. We made your offense look like shit, and this is not the first time it happened. When we was in the cup, we did the same thing. How about you stop being a fucking sore loser? When the game was over, you noticed he didn't walk on the court and dap nobody up.
He's a sore loser. He's literally a crybaby. It's so nasty to see, and it's like.
And then you saw the clip when he's standing there and he shot a 3, and my guy McCullough was holding him up so he wouldn't fall, and he turned around, get your fucking hands off me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why your bum ass got packed up. Yo, listen, Wembanyama, he freak of nature, all that shit, right? But his attitude is so entitled and it sucks.
Hmm.
It sucks. It makes him super fucking unlikable. Yeah, I mean, as a Knicks fan, I've watched a shit ton of people come to the Garden and do us filthy. Yeah, I mean, in my lifespan, I watched all the greats come to the Garden and absolutely kick our ass, right? But there's some kind of humility to that. You feel me? Like him, even in his losses, he's not humble. Like, and the fact that he hates losing to us just makes my heart warm. It makes this win so much better by this large margin. Oh my God. I saw ESPN too, another one that's on my shit list. I seen a picture today that they put on their Twitter. They had this fucking Godzilla-sized Wembanyama standing over the Garden, and a little Jalen Brunson looking up at Wembanyama, and I'm like, what is this? What is it? What is this? What is
Uh,
this?
you
Jalen
know,
Brunson owns Wembanyama.
Oh,
Just
that's crazy.
you saw this? Look at that shit, Kev.
wow,
The
wow.
disrespect of ESPN.
You know, I'm not surprised that all these analysts and podcasters and media outlets and even our own fan base, you know, the guy is obviously he's salty, extra salty. Every time you can see,
Sorry to cut you off, Kev, but I gotta be out.
all right, bro,
All right, later.
later. You could tell that he's an extra sore loser. He don't know. I get that nobody likes to lose. I get it. You know what I mean? But show some kind of class after the game. You know what I mean? Even though you got waxed up and you got washed up by whatever how many points, show love to the guys, man. Like it's all about respect at the end of the day. It's not that serious. Um,
He really
but
just didn't have it. I think it's just in his persona because even when they beat us last season, 2 seasons ago, or last season, and JB scored what 61 over in San Antonio, but San Antonio won. He still threw JB's 61-point ball into the crowd. Even
right,
season they beat us in San Antonio, and he didn't play like almost the whole second half because he got hurt. And then when they won, he comes out celebrating. Like he has a trash ass personality.
yeah, nah, and it's true. But I feel like if the Knicks keep the Knicks, in order for the hate to stop, to be honest with you, the Knicks gotta play like sound basketball from here on out. And I'm talking about, you see how we packed San Antonio up? We gotta pack everybody up just like that. That's what it seems like, to like get respect from all these people. The Knicks really gotta take it personal. Put it all up on the bulletin board, whatever you got up there that y'all can look at every day, and use that use that as some kind of way to, you know what I mean? How you say that? Use that as some form of damn, it's like I can't get the fucking word. But anyway, use that against them, man. Like, just start packing these teams up because we know how good the Knicks can be. Like, they just showed you today how good they can be when they locked in.
Right.
And they proved that they can play with anybody.
Right. And I think for me, what made this win important is that San Antonio plays defense pretty aggressive, especially on JB from when he gets the ball inbounds. And
Right.
so they play like Detroit-ish defense on, on JB. And so if we can do it against them, we can do it against Detroit. You know what I mean? And so that's why today was super important, because they play great defense. They have great guards. Castle and Vasil, Champagny, they have all killed us before. You know what I mean? And to be able to hold them, limit them was important. And to me, even limiting, when Minyama having 25 is limiting him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sure.
So yeah, I agree. When we are locked in, really it's going to be hard for anyone to beat us, because on a game like today where Cat only had 12 points, we're still missing Deuce. Shamet only had 7 points. These are guys that can produce big numbers at any given time. You know what I mean? OG only had 12 points. Josh only had 10 points. Like, if everyone is locked in and doing, what needs to be done just to win, not for your own numbers, just to win, then days like today happen, right? Because Cat could have been like, fuck it, I've been hot, let me take more shots than 9. You know what I mean? But he doesn't. He wants to win, and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. And big shout out to Cat, because, we talk so much about him, his defense and lack of. He's been locked in for the last, I want to say, 2 weeks. Locked in.
Nah, but listen, that's the kind of thing, that's what we need from Cat, though. We know what he's capable of doing, right? But he got to know that. He got to know that. Especially with these, how teams like to play physical against him. But I definitely agree. He has improved defensively the last 2 weeks. Today he was playing solid. I ain't gonna lie. Today he made some plays on the defensive end that I was like, yeah, Cat, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm glad we were still able to win despite him only scoring 12 points, because we needed a big game from like OG, Mikal. I think that was huge for us. Even Mohammed Diawara coming off the bench and playing the way he played, like, we needed everybody in this game.
And I love that for Mo. I love it for Mo, and I loved his post game where he's like, I understand I'm a rookie. I have to just be ready when my name is called. And I love that for him. I love that he understands that, and he's not just salty that he's not playing. I love that Landry said every time he gets the ball, I'm telling him, shoot. I love that, because that's feeding him confidence. And, his game, they said he wasn't a 3-point shooter, but goddamn, he looks like one to me.
Yo, and he shoots with confidence. Every time he shoots that ball, I never get mad. Never. Because I'm so confident that I'm just going to hear the net go.
Facts.
Like, it happens every time. It's like his jump shot for a guy that's 6'9", it like, I don't know what he did to improve it, because he wasn't shooting like that in the beginning. So that just goes to show you that the kid will do whatever, whenever, to improve his game.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, JB said it once in a post game. He said, whenever we give him constructive criticism, he never makes the same mistakes. And so that says a lot to someone who's only 20 years old, right? Because, these young kids, they don't take well to criticism. And their game is stuck on their game. There's no improving it. They are what they are. And so for him to take, suggestions and criticism and, build his game on that says a lot about his IQ, and that says a lot about his dedication to the game. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, nah, like even Mike Brown, like, you know, he coached a pretty good, solid game today too.
He
You
did.
know, whatever kind of adjustments we made after that first quarter debacle that I didn't get to see. I wish I don't know how I'm gonna.
Bro, you
I
don't want
want,
to see it. Let me tell you, it was like 3 minutes left in the first, and we had like 9 points.
yeah, that's what I
It was
heard.
bad. It was bad.
That's what I heard. I heard it was bad. And then after that timeout, you said, I think they like flipped it and went on like a 19-0 run.
Yeah, it was 19-0 and then 22-2, I think it was. Yeah, we went ape shit.
Right. Well,
But
you know, they say when the Knicks lead at halftime, when they got the lead in a half, they are 14-2
yep,
in
yep.
those games. 15-2 now. 15-2.
15-2 now. So I think what's important is, with teams like the Spurs, teams like Detroit that want to pick us up full court, pushing the pace is a must, right? Because we can't let their defense set, right? Castle, he plays really good defense. And if you let him set defensively, the same thing for the Thompson boys, right? You let them set defensively on JB, we're going to have a tough night because they slow our game down. They put a lot of pressure, and I feel like, the Knicks all season haven't shown us that they can, recover from super pressure defensively. And so, one thing I feel like we did well today is push the pace. We pushed, we ran the ball, as much as we possibly could. We took easy shots. We looked for easy shots. We didn't just settle for the three after shooting it terribly in the beginning of the game. So yeah, I give him his props. I still don't like him, but I give him his props.
Listen, I think that he's learning just like the players are learning. You know what I mean? It's his first season as a coach. There's gonna be a lot of bumps in the road, but what I liked is that he made whatever adjustments he made after that timeout. It really hit the players hard because they went off. They went off. I like, and like you said, I love that. I love how they were pushing the pace. That one play where Josh threw a touchdown pass to OG, I think it was. Like, we need to do more of that.
Yeah.
We are so dynamic when we play that kind of way. When we play like that, we fucking launching the ball across the basketball court all the way down for easy points. That's exactly what we need. We need guys cutting to the basket. How like Alvarado hit Mikal for that dunk. Or like how Mikal hit Josh and then Cat cut to the basket and Josh hit him with a bounce pass for the Cat dunk. Like when we play like that and we add, I know the guys kept mentioning the pick and roll, the pick and roll, the pick and roll. I think we sound like a broken record on this fucking panel when we talking about the pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. If you notice how we tore San Antonio apart with that shit.
Facts.
We was really fucking them up with it.
Mm-hmm. And to go back to kind of like what T-Time was saying, how, the announcers were kind of like on Wemby all freaking night. It was super annoying. I don't know how many times they showed his dunk on OG, but no one went and replayed Shamet's poster today. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show it again because I think it's worth being shown. That was super fun to watch because, I mean, we've seen Shamet dunk, but seeing him put a poster on someone is super dope. But just seeing his development as a player, like he's not just that 3-point shooter that everyone says he was.
No, he's not. He's more than just that, And even his defense, he's a really good defender, man. Like for somebody that's, they say he's like he's undersized or whatever. When we play those tour teams, I know it's kind of a struggle, but he's a really good defender, man. Like I'm not mad at Shamet, man. I think he's a great player. A nice boost for our bench. And like you said, there's more to his game than just shooting. I
Yeah,
think that a lot of people think that he's just a one-sided player, and he's not. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He could give you pretty much everything.
yeah. No, I like that about him, and I like that we're seeing it more this season than we did last season, where he's a little more comfortable taking it into the paint,
Right.
either going for the shot or, you know,
Yeah.
passing the ball out after he breaks down the defense. We weren't seeing a lot of that last year, and we're seeing it a lot more this year.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's exciting to watch, man. I'm a big Shamet fan.
For sure.
Even though I wanted Malcolm Brogdon over him, I ain't gonna front. I
I
can't.
think I was the only one on the panel like Shamet,
Shamet.
Shamet.
But Malcolm Brogdon, I had chosen Malcolm Brogdon because of what he brings to the table. He brings a lot of everything,
Defensively, right.
right? And but and never nothing against Shamet, because I think Shamet's a great player. I think he's a good player, but what that guy brought to the table would have been perfect for us. But it is what it is. But Shamet's been, Shamet's helped us win some really big games this year,
For sure. Including in the cup.
including in the cup, right? And I know the injury every year is something. Like early in the season he got hurt. Earlier last season he got hurt. I think he missed like 40 games or something like that.
With shoulder,
So
yep.
he's been much better in that aspect this year. He hasn't missed so many games, but he is a great player for a guy coming off the bench.
Yeah, for sure. And since we're talking about guys coming off the bench, I'm gonna play your boy who was mic'd up today. Because his box score doesn't show what he really brings to this team, right? And I think we know he brings steals, defense, intensity, etc. But he brings leadership too. So let me play some of his mic'd up today.
At that point, right? Like, Cat, shut the fuck up, bro. Acknowledge what he's saying. Like, yeah. Like, I don't want to, like, go down. No. Yeah. He can't go up and yeah, Cat. You know what I mean? Like, yo, give the guy some credit there, man. Like, he's trying to hype you up and you over here fucking shit up.
Yeah. I think what I liked about it is early on, he said to Mikal, who had a great night, who he didn't know, he said, it starts with you. It starts with you. He put that on Mikal. Mikal, we need you tonight. And Mikal responded. And I love that. I love that leadership. I was the one saying, no, Kev, we can't get him. We cannot get him. And I was so wrong. I think, if we make it in the playoffs and we do what we need to do, that trade is going to go down in Knicks history.
Nah, listen. I saw that and I had posted it up on our YouTube, and that shit, like, the views that it caught was like in a matter of 20 minutes, I think, and maybe less. That kid, he's an Energizer bunny, man.
Literally.
Super Energizer bunny. I love his attitude. And I'm glad he did that, because he knows what Mikal means to this team. Mikal, Mikal means a lot to this team. We need Mikal to get going, and I think he understands that. And for Mikal to respond the way he did was big for our team today. And I hope it continues, man, because I love to see Mikal do well. And
Yeah,
he is one of the best leaders that we have on this team. Him,
yeah,
Josh, Jalen, Cat, like we got some really solid leaders on this team. And but as far as his game, like we need him to step it up more. Like the way he did today. The way he
yeah.
did today, we need more of that.
And I think it was on both ends, right? He had 5 steals. That's huge. And to me, people always talk shit about Mikal, and it's always, blame Mikal for everything. And
Right.
He's had games that he played well this season, but he had a lot of games where I don't want to say he struggled, but he didn't put up big numbers, right? And again, I say, everyone doesn't need to put up big numbers every night. Get over the fact that we traded 5 picks for him. At the end of the day, as long as you do what needs to be done to win, that's all that matters, right? Like, Cat's not going to have big games every night. We've seen nights where JB didn't have big games and we still found a way to win because other people, stepped up. And so the same should go for Mikal, right? I say all the time, we don't win playoff games last year without Mikal. We just don't.
Right.
And so him playing, to me, defensively, doing what he needs to do defensively is more important than him putting up 25 points a night, to me. But I do feel like nights where, Mikal and OG are having good games, it makes everyone's job easier. It's kind of the same thing I say with Cat, right? You get Cat going early, it opens up the floor for everyone else. And that's the same for everyone, other than Jalen Brunson. Any one of them get going, it opens up the court for everyone else and makes everyone else's job easier, makes the offense flow well, makes the offense look better. And so tonight was a Mikal night. I think, games where other guys have big nights, we can't let those games go to waste and take losses. We have to win with those games. And so I'm happy the Knicks were able to do that.
No, for real. Today was one of those.
Yep.
It was one of those games, I'm glad we was able, because we got a really tough schedule. We got a really tough schedule, and the team that we play next is gonna be just as hard as it was this one. You know what I mean? And I was wrong. I thought Jalen Williams was still hurt, but nah, he back too. Both of them guys is back. SGA and Jalen Williams. So, we got another tough game ahead of us. But, if somehow we could bring how we played in this game, bring that same kind of energy to that next one, man, that'd be huge. That'd be huge for the confidence of our team, man.
Yeah. Jeremy's house. I didn't play it, but I got it for you.
That I like when he do that. I love that. Like, yeah. But listen, that's what I be talking about right there. That cutting, slash into the basket. Slash, bro. Stop with the behind the arc bullshit. Cut to the basket. And you see, right? If you look at that play and you pause it, right? All their defenders was lining up before the free throw line. Every single guy. Every single guy. There was nobody in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Once you cut to the basket, there's going to be a huge opening there every single time.
Yep. And think about it. Him and OG can do it. Him and OG can cut all game. right?
Right.
We've seen, as much as people want to talk crap about Jalen, his assists per game have gone up this season. And so he's looking for that as well. I just think, we have to play basketball in a fashion that makes it easy on everybody. And shit like that makes it easy. We know OG can do it. Remember his first game as a Knick? He said, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just cutting to the basket.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. We played the Raptors on Tuesday. I thought we played on Wednesday.
So we play. It's a back-to-back. So we play the Raptors on Tuesday and then the Thunder on Wednesday.
Yeah, see, that's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough, but I think that what we have to do is we have to close out Toronto early. We have to close out Toronto early. I know we've been playing a lot of back-to-backs. I think every week for the last, 3-4 weeks, we've been playing back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesdays. And we've made it hard on ourselves because we haven't played super well on the first game of it. And then having our starters play the entire game to then have to, come back the next night and play. I think the important thing is the Knicks have to do what they need to do to try and close out Toronto early on so that the starters can kind of get some rest. And we can be kind of, rested a little bit for OKC. We haven't played OKC yet this season. So it's going to be good to see how we fare against them. I don't think they're a more physical team than the Spurs or Detroit. They can be, but I don't think they are. I think our defense is going to be what's going to have us win a game against Oklahoma. Playing smart defense, because you already know Shea's going to get all the calls. I think you have to try and limit Jalen Williams, because to me, he's their engine. He is their engine. And if you do that, we can win. If we play what we played, how we played today from the second quarter on, we win.
Yeah, facts. Simple. Let me tell you, San Antonio has played them the best.
And whipped on their ass all season.
They've been whipping their ass all season long, San Antonio. They played them tough. We have to come with that same kind of play. Like that same how we played tonight against San Antonio. I don't care what the fuck Wemby say, bro. Oh, they not the nastiest or the most physical. We was fucking playing physical against y'all today. So we came and played with that same kind of physicality. Yo, we winning that game, man.
That's a fact.
We winning that game. And that's gonna be another win for me. That'll be huge for us. Humongous. Cause I'm tired of this fucking narrative on the Knicks can't beat the best teams in the play. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's only two teams that really packed us up like that, and that was Detroit and the Cavs.
And the Cavs won game because we beat them twice this season.
Right.
But it's always when the Knicks lose, it's that narrative, like you said. And so I think from today on out, we have to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not only because I'm tired of hearing it, but just to build our confidence as a team going into the playoffs. Like, you want to have strong momentum going into the playoffs because at the end of the day, we know, there can be lower seed teams that are in just the right momentum getting into the playoffs that can knock off higher seeded teams. And so we need to be locked in. Like, to me, that should be the team's focus from today on out. Our team needs to be locked in on both ends of the court. And if we do this, I'm not going to say we won't lose, but it's going to be hard for teams to beat us. It's going to be damn hard for any team, including Detroit, to beat us.
Right. No, listen, I feel like he put Matthew said Isaiah Hartenstein will give you 11 and 12 a double.
And take a loss. I don't care. He
I
could
feel
give us a
but
double-double. I don't care.
yeah, but Maddie, like we got guys that could give them double doubles too. We got Mitch that could give him a double double. As a matter of fact, we got the smallest the smallest guy, 6'4", giving teams double doubles, man, and even triple double. So I mean, the thing that we got to do is stay out of foul trouble because we all know how the reps like to baby SGA.
Yep.
So I would say limit not limit like play physical but play smart.
And
Because
to be
he's
honest, I think this is a game you throw Sohan at his ass. You throw Sohan at his ass.
Right. Which I wish they would have did that today. I would have loved to see.
I think me and Uncle Paulie was talking after the game, and he's like, we see them in the finals. You throw Sohan on Wemby's ass.
But you know, like that's something that I would have did today.
Yeah.
You know, like I would have.
Need to because Cat was holding his own.
Nah, yeah, for sure. But you know, just to give the kid some kind of confidence and some get back. You know what I mean? Like, let him get that get back from his former team that gave up on him.
Yeah.
Don't give him garbage minutes towards the end of the game. I would have loved to see him play during the game. Because he's the one guy that knows all the weaknesses. He's the one guy that been in that locker room and knows their system.
True.
He's the one guy that you could have threw out there and he would have locked up Wemby too.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to Diawara. Shout out to Mike Brown too for doing a great job today. But we picked this kid up for a reason, man. Not to have him fucking sitting on a bench doing nothing. The kid can play defense. He's a good defender.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I get you.
And I think putting him out there with a Jose,
right,
would be beneficial because he cuts to the basket. He's good at finishing at the basket. I don't think that he will play well necessarily offensively with JB. Can he play with JB? Yes, because defensively he is what he is, right? But offensively, like to get the best of him offensively, I think he needs to run with that second unit.
And have him be one of those guys, one of the slashes to the basket, bro. Slash to the
exactly.
Cut. Like how you got Mikal and OG, cut to the basket, cut to the basket. That's how you get him engaged.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's how you get a player going. You know what I mean? So, like, I love the kid. I love the kid. I was fucking super excited with me, and I will not give up on him.
Yeah.
But I
agree. I mean, the couple of minutes we've seen him play, you see great defense. You see great defense.
Right.
I think we may not see him play big minutes in, as the season goes on, but I think we will see him in the playoffs because playoffs is all going to be defense. You already know.
For sure.
And, especially as we get deeper into the playoffs, right? Because teams like a Detroit, you're going to need someone like him who's physical, who can guard all the positions, who's not afraid. And so, yeah. I mean, I think this is where like this Toronto game to me is important because if we close them out early, then we get to see a Sohan play more and start building that confidence in him. You know what I mean? I think these are the type of games where it's like, okay, Knicks starters, I need y'all to do this so that we can start building that bench, getting confident, running into the playoffs.
Yeah. I would throw his ass on Scotty Barnes. Lock his ass up.
Ken,
Lock his ass up, Jeremy.
or
Because
even RJ, because RJ loves trying to give us the business.
yeah, he do. He's salty, you know. He's still mad that we traded him. And but you know, I got love for RJ. But yeah, man, like those are two guys that, you know, that's what you brought him over here for. You didn't bring him over here for offense. So if people are judging him for what he does offensively, I don't fucked up already.
Right.
We don't need him on for that. We need him to be that defensive specialist.
Yeah.
And I
So going back to what you said, so today OKC played. Jalen Williams didn't play. The other, because you know they have two of them.
right.
So the light-skinned Jalen Williams played. The other one hasn't played.
Okay. I seen them having they was having some ruckus the other night against Denver.
Yeah.
They was about to get it in.
Yeah, Joker wasn't having it.
Yeah. I saw that shit. He looked crazy.
Yeah, he did. He looked upset, but I get it. Like when you're getting beat up, and it's kind of like Cat, right? Like you get beat up all damn season. Like at some point, you got to stand up for yourself. At some point.
Yeah. And listen, I ain't mad at it. You know, like.
So yeah, J-Dub is out. He won't be playing.
Okay.
It says he has a hamstring injury. He'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks, and that was on the 19th.
Okay.
So he still probably got like another week out.
Okay. Yeah, you know, I think what started that was Lou Dart fucking hip checked him and dropped him to the ground, and that's why that happened. You know, he got kicked out the game for that shit.
And he should.
Yeah, he got kicked out the game for that. But you know, it's crazy because they be picking and choosing who to do that to, because Cat be getting hit worse.
Right.
And they don't never call nobody fouls or kick niggas out the game. None of that shit.
Yeah. No, I think the NBA, and I hate to say it, but the NBA is going to have to take some type of control over players like this. Like Dort, like Jalen Duran, like homeboy in Detroit with the dreads. Because if not, we're going to see another Malice in the Palace type thing. Because players are starting to get fed up with other players just bullying up on them and nothing being done. And so the NBA, to me, they gave Detroit a slap on the wrist with what happened in that game. That should have been more than a 7-game suspension. 1, because you threw punches. 2, because you came off the bench. That rule has been in effect forever, since the 90s, probably before that if there's a ruckus going on in the game, the bench guys are supposed to stay on the bench and not come onto the court. And so only getting 7 games was just a slap on the wrist. But, you know, there's one thing on playing physical and there's another on playing dirty. And I feel like they play super dirty. I think Detroit gets away with a lot of bullshit for a team that complained so bad about the Knicks playing physical last season. How they just blatantly push dudes and get no calls. Because what they did to San Antonio, how physical they were just pushing Wemby around. I'm glad San Antonio won, but like that shit is not basketball. You know what I mean? Like there's one thing, you said, a hard pick, right? But a hip check, that can fuck somebody up. Putting your hands out and literally pushing them, that's not basketball. That's I want to fight.
Right. I seen that one play where Kay Cunningham pushed Stephen Castle to the ground.
To the floor, right.
Yeah. The Detroit, they trying to bring that Bad Boys Pistons team back.
Yeah.
And if you see, the refs are letting them do it.
Right.
A little bit. But when you play the Pistons, you gotta overcome that shit, and you gotta try to play them. Not, I mean, be physical with them, but be smart.
Right.
So you play, and look, San Antonio got that win.
Right.
You know, so as long as the Knicks keep playing like the way we did today, we should be just fine, bro.
That's a fact.
So
that is a fact. But I'm done. I'm tired. I'm super tired. It's been a long weekend. But we play again on Tuesday. Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern time against the Raptors. We'll be on right after the game. We do thank everybody for popping in, tuning in as always. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. If y'all like our Knicks content, I'm sure your friends will like our Knicks content.
right.
So please, pass us along. You have anything else, Kev?
Let's get this dub.
Thanks. All right, y'all have a good night, and we're going to hit that outro.
Boom shakalaka!